Hi, Roberta Hill here with another social and business etiquette tip. This morning I was on a chat, an iMessage with a good friend of mine, and it was one of those conversations, when you're writing something and they just don't understand what you're trying to say, and you're going back and forth trying to clarify it. And finally I kind of wrote in a swear word. I'd used an asterisk, but I did. And my girlfriend wrote back to me saying, "You really swear on your messages." And I said, I don't, do I? It's true. I must be in a mood. But it got me thinking a little bit. I'm far from a prude. In real life, in my verbal conversations, I swear more than I should. I'm often catch myself or say it, particularly if I've stubbed my toe or something. I can be quite profane. Not that that's a good thing, it isn't. But don't know if it's conscious or unconscious, but I'm very careful in chats or within social media not to swear. I think in real life you can sometimes do it for impact. If you know what you're doing and you know your audience, as I did this morning, it was, a friend who took it in the lightness that it was meant. Uh, but when you say something, rarely is someone going to kind of tape it and play it back. But in social media, the moment it's written, as I've said before, it's out there for a lifetime. And it just doesn't reflect very well on you. And so I wanted to come back for a moment to talk about the model I presented in one of the very first, second videos on this topic, which is my casual and formal model that talks about the 4 different situations and how the rules and what the importance is of those rules and your behavior shifts. And today in social media, I have to say, there is no such thing really as fully casual. Whatever you do is there. I know you can delete accounts and delete, all your comments and your tweets and your Facebook, but in fact, it exists. There's like a Wayback Machine, for websites. It exists and may be there for in perpetuity. And so you really want to be careful. And so I put the chart back and added a couple of things, 3 things that I work with: Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. I'm not going to comment on Pinterest and Instagram because I'm just not as well versed in those, although I have accounts. But depending on what your security restrictions are, Facebook sort of overlaps that casual and formal casual. It really isn't just for friends unless you're extremely careful about who you friend with and maybe have groups and restrictions. So you need to be a little bit more reserved and follow the rules. Twitter, remember we talked about formal casual as being, it's very casual, but you never know who's going to show up. And Twitter, people have access to all of that. They may follow you, they may retweet. And so you really want to be careful about that. It is casual, but it also, you never know how people are going to use that information. LinkedIn is clearly up and further up. You are on show. You are there for the people who are showing up to look at what you have to say. So in summary, what I want to talk about, I don't think swearing in 90%, 99% of the situations is suitable, whether it's in public or whether it's on social media. And so you need to be a little bit more careful, and certainly I do in public, of watching the language that you are choosing to use, the words that you're choosing to use, that may be seen as offensive or disrespectful to other people. Thanks for watching today, and I hope you've enjoyed this social and business etiquette tip.